So in the last video, we talked about what the tree of knowledge of good and evil was, who the serpent was, and the strategies it used to deceive humanity into sinning. Now we're going to get down to the nitty-gritty, to the actual part in which the man and the woman sin. Like we said before, the tree of knowledge of good and evil wasn't bad, and the fruit from that tree didn't have a special substance or poison that would separate the man and the woman from God. What separated them was their disobedience. Going against what God had commanded caused that relationship to shatter. So it says that their eyes were opened and they were ashamed. Because the more you know, the more ashamed you are when you see your condition.
Is there something wrong with me?
They were ashamed because they now knew what their condition was. So Adam and the woman sin, and as soon as they hear that God is coming, they go hide. And then God comes around and starts asking, guys, where are you? Or did you guys eat from the fruit I told you not to? Why did God ask all these questions if he already knew? The reason God was asking them these questions is because he was giving them the opportunity to confess their sin. But instead of confessing, Adam does three things to deal with his sin. Number one is that he covers his shame. Number two is that he hides from God. And number three, and possibly the worst one, is that he does not take responsibility for what he has done. In Genesis 3:12 it says, "It was the woman you gave me who gave me the fruit and I ate it." So Adam does something really horrible here. He's not only passing down the blame to the woman, but he's also blaming God. He's saying, it's the woman that you gave me, by the way. He does not recognize his fault, and neither does the woman when she says, the serpent deceived me. The sad part about all of this is that they both don't ask God for forgiveness. Okay, so they have sinned and they are now separated from God. But God already has a plan of redemption for humanity. God actually prophesies the coming of Christ to destroy Satan when he tells the serpent in Genesis 3:15, "And I will cause hostility between you and the woman, and between your offspring and her offspring. He will strike your head, and you will strike his heel." This was Jesus who, with his sacrifice, destroyed Satan. Another thing is that as they were leaving the garden, God gives them clothing made of animal skins. And to make this clothing, there had to be some type of sacrifice of an animal. So the first ever recorded death in the Bible was not Adam or Eve's, as it was supposed to be. It was the death of this animal, sacrificed to make clothing for Adam and Eve. This foreshadows the sacrifice of Jesus as he gave himself up in our place to cover our shame and our sin. Like Adam and Eve, our sin separates us from God, but the solution is never to run from him or to hide. The solution is always running towards him, asking him for forgiveness and confessing our sins. And although God punishes us, he always has a plan to bring us back to him.